Zach, you know what I do like about her? The what was it? If I get to number one the other day, you were giving £1,000 out. You give back to your community, which is nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. It's nice of me. You don't often see someone offer out £1,000 back if they push into number one, which is
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've probably spent about triple that, and I haven't had to go and chase a stranger in the car park and label her as a single mum just because it's a woman packing her shopping in the back of a boot. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I mean. You have so many thousands of strangers like financing your, the Range Rover that you're sat in, a very double cheeseburger that you're eating, the veneers that you're scranning on, and the skin condition that you're still trying to come to terms with. And there's other better creators with ideas than you, but you come across as very bitter.
Zach, can I ask DJ a question? Right?
Of course you can. Listen, I'm an open book.
Right,
I'm very comfortable and secure.
When you said about Zach gifting £1,000, were you being sarcastic?
No, I was being legit, but obviously
so why did you come out with that then, Zach?
No, that's called gaslighting, DJ, because you want a reaction.
Yeah, but why?
I was being genuine. No one else would give away £1,000.
Of course you're being genuine when you're sat in the very woman that has doxed my ex-boyfriend and brought my dad to the platform. Whilst you're preaching, going, he's a racist. When you're sat there and saying that your mouth is drier than a certain continent person of colour's mouth. So when you're sitting there calling me a racist, remember where you come from and the shit that you say before you start calling anyone else, because you're cheap, dried up, rusty fucking Vine 2014 jokes don't wash it anymore, because you're still sat there begging hours a day, pretending to be something that you're not, because there's someone here that actually has a personality. So shut your mouth, shut your fucking Turkish teeth, and get a grip, mate. Do you know what I mean? Because remember, you put fucking taking money off strangers on an app before you put being a full-time dad and being a family man. Yeah? Because that ain't no building nothing, because you're still doing the same shit that you have done for the last 3 years. So shut up.
Do you know
Are we good? What's mad? What is mad?
How does somebody who's been doing the same shit for years and years still have more followers? It's crazy, isn't it? So I must be like a bit more entertaining than someone who's trying his best. Crazy.
No. I'm not a car crash.
Just have to say.
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah. I've got longevity. You're still that same northern pasty lad that's sitting there with the same northern banter, oh, Peter Care. Come on. Bye.
I don't understand, Mike, because life is too short. Can you not be civil with each other? Seriously.
I said a nice thing about it. I said I like that he gives back to his community.
Of course you did.
And then that was it.
We're going to also...
Absolutely.
Get him riled up. No, I'm not battling.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why you want to just keep fighting, guys.
I'm not fighting, as I say. If I was fighting, I'd be saying all sorts.
Zach, can I just say, Zach, he was just saying that it was quite a nice thing what you did. You gave back to your community. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But do you feel that it was taking the piss when he said that?
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I hope that answers everyone's question.
Can I ask you a question? Honest question, Zach. Would you say there is a hint of jealousy with me? With obviously you have to sort of do the show and play other videos to gain that viewership and realise you can't do it on your own, so that maybe the personality that you said you have actually isn't there, and somebody where you're saying is the same person manages to keep like the same 1.5, 2,000 people just watching me with my back to the camera doing a bit of work, and still sort of manages have so much support on the app and so much love. Do you think that's a little bit of jealousy where you seem to be going through a lot of shit and stuff like that?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure if that's telling me that you're watching me more than watching you, because I didn't understand the word of that, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, are you? Look, what?
You know where all your gifting money's going, innit?
All right, well, we know where yours have gone for the last 3 years, because you still sit there looking like a fucking string of fucking lasagna. Do you know what I mean? It ain't a personal trainer, is it? So why are you fucking firing shots at? Shut up.
I don't
Innit?
I don't need looks, as I say.
Nutritionist or comedian? What one is it, mate? What do you want to do? Fucking get your dentures, praise turkey. What are you going to do? Get your fucking one-arm tattoo sleeve looking like a big man? Come on, DG, mate. Oh.
I'm happy, that's the thing. That I don't
Yeah,
I don't
of course you are.
looks
Right.
I've got, I'm happy inside.
I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for the rest. Right, can I go now? Am I chilling?
No one's keeping you here.
I'm not sure, Sarah.
Yeah, but I just felt, DG, maybe that was a sarcastic comment you made. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, if he took it sarcastically, then, it is what it is, isn't it?
I mean, and then you do amazing financially. You know what I mean?
Financially.
Yeah, no one cares.
Finances isn't actually the thing. Like, I'm just happy in myself, and that's all that matters to me. I don't care what anyone else is doing. I don't care how much you earn. I've said this to you, Angie, many a time, haven't I? Said, I don't care how much somebody earns. I don't do all this tick leap shit and nosing and stuff like that because I'm actually not interested. I'm interested in what happens in my life, and that's it, really.
Yeah, and that's good, but you do well on here, Zach, you know?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Yes.
It's not all about money. It's not. But
Never.
you make a lot of money on here. That goes to show
100%.
the support you have on here.
Yeah.
No one cares about the views. You get
Never. No, they don't.
You get a lot of financial support on here.
Same. Absolutely. Like, you know.
And I'm happy for you. I really am. And I hope you... as I say, this app won't be around forever. Spend it wisely rather than sat in that dingy flat stinking a piss for 3 years and not actually going anywhere in life. I just want you to make sure you use it wisely. Because trust me, if I was in your shoes and I was pissing it up the wall on drugs and
All right,
drink,
Buckaroo, tell us where you fucking elevated then. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, it's still like Donkey Kong level 2. Tell us when we're in the final battle. It's boring now. Isn't it? Tired jokes.
Can I ask you a question, GG?
Loom bands.
Yeah, you're talking about addictions, right? I'm not saying that's what you have an addiction. I'm not saying that, Zach.
No, I never talked about
one sec, GG, please let me finish. Zach has been through a lot.
Addiction, well, ain't a fucking dermatologist, is it? Let me tell you that now, because you want to fucking go toe-to-toe, I'll go toe-to-toe. I will eat you for breakfast, dinner and lunch, bitch. You know that.
I already offered that and I declined.
You got fucking...
I already offered that one, son, and I kindly declined.
All right, and apparently it appears that you're still on the packet. Some of us left Tenerife behind, some of us are carrying on. Your pupils are telling us different, Donkey Kong.
DG, one sec, right? He's been through a lot in his life, right? A lot in his life. Do you blame him for turning to, I don't know if rugs or alcohol? You know,
do I blame anyone?
No, one sec.
No. One sec,
DG.
No, before you push a narrative.
That also helps.
Did I say it was something to do? All I said is, please don't waste it of the support you get is by pissing it up the wall on drinking drugs because you're in a very lucky position in life to be in this position.
I agree with you. I do agree with that, yeah.
So I said, just don't waste it on pissing it up the wall on drinking drugs. That's it.
Unfortunately, there's some singers early in their career that like to, join a diddy party before they realise what life's about. I will never look at Tenerife the same.
Some people use that for mental health, and I don't think it's helped either.
Oh yeah, I'm all good. Just listening.
It's a hard road. It really is. People that have addictions, they've gone through a lot in their life. They use it.
100%.
They do.
Yeah, people do use it as a mental health escape, and say like they use a lot. And say like excuses to sort of do something when really just need to sort of realise that it's yourself that's fucking things up. Stop blaming everything else. That's the best thing to
I think what people get caught off guard by is when there's someone that's wised up to so many people's bullshit when they was onto a good thing and so many people wanted to destroy it. And then they came along and I was like, no, we're going to have none of that. And you know what? The universe is a beautiful thing.
It's why does it always seem to be somebody else? So why is it everybody else again? Do you not look and think, maybe I'm the problem, that's why everyone else, maybe I'm the problem? Because I've looked at myself before and I thought, maybe I'm the problem, that's why everyone's doing this. And it turns out,
what? I've never questioned that because I've always gone out with the people that would have thought that I was the problem and had probably the best time.
No. Zach's not the problem. They're the problem. They actually they target Zach because of his.
Because it sounds like that there's a lot of people in my comment section more than there is me. Because seems like there's a lot of you lot that seem to know what's going on more with me than I do myself. So you explain that one.
I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't know anything. All I see is a little clip here and there where you. You know.
But remember, you said to the judge that my numbers are going low. There's not the same support anymore. Zach this, Zach that, blah 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 blah. It's there.
It's the wrong thing, wasn't it? I said, well, if you have to sort of say to your people you're going to give them £1,000 to get to number 1 in the rankings and failed miserably, it's a bit sad, isn't it?
Oh, so you were being so.
But I've never done that because I've always just been happy with what I've got because I've remembered where I'm from. I've never.
You still counted them, though.
Like you were there on Christmas Day, still battling, whilst I was there on Christmas Day with my gifts off, just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's big difference in it. So what's your point in that?
I wasn't actually. I was actually live all day, pretty much. Christmas once. I think actually about 11 p.m. I think about 11 p.m. someone invited me. Yeah, so you're probably right there. It still was Christmas Day.
Yeah, so you can't really sit there and have an opinion on me,
right.
can
you? Can I ask you a question, DG? Did you not? You were saying about what Zach did with £1,000, right, to get him to number 1. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't realise you were being sarcastic.
I've never been number 1.
I didn't know anything about that. One second, Zach. I didn't know anything about that.
I've never been number 1. I've never been. I don't care to be number 1.
Yeah, one second, Zach. What about you, DG? That was giving away to the homeless while you had your gifts on, so people were gifting you more than what you were spending.
No, so the way it goes is, right, I still do that off the app as well. And also...
Sorry, they were giving him, more than what you were
When I give away, right, I would be gifted... Say if I'm sat at home battling, yeah, I would be maybe gifted 100k, 200k, sat at home battling, doing whatever I'm doing, like, you know, whatever, yeah? If I'm going out doing to the homeless, I'm going to earn way less than I would be if I'm sat at home. Yeah? So how is that benefiting? I'd just still be...
Because you're making more money. You're making
All right, so with you doing that, that's not my business. So what is it, what I do is your business? Like, you always have something to say. Like, it's always like you're baiting me out. Like, just shut the fuck up.
You're missing the point. This man here, DG, earned more money by helping the homeless. He
exactly my point.
Zach, one sec. He earned more money helping the homeless because I remember I watched that live. You were getting uni after uni, right? You gave less to the homeless and you earned more. You went home.
I was.
Yeah, you did. You kept your gifts on. Why did you not turn your gifts off?
Go on the previous rankings, mate. If that's how you say, I was number 10. I was number 12 the other day. I was number 15. I was number 25. How is that? That's like 300k, 250k, 300k, stuff like that. So when I did the thingy, I got probably 1 uni and like loads of other gifts or whatever.
And you still look like a melted candlestick.
It doesn't matter what I look like though. Why are you so obsessed with that? I know you're insecure in yourself. I'm not. I'm happy within myself. I don't care what I look like. I don't go out there to get this filler and get nip tucks and stuff like that. I had a bad teeth. I hated my teeth.
The problem with
I got them fixed.
You know the problem.
Maybe they're not the best. Maybe they're not the best.
The thing is that we're honest with our audience.
Your voice is a bit high pitched. And maybe it doesn't bother me. This is my body. If I'm happy fixing what I like, then that's up to me. You know what I mean? Then I'll fix what I like to make me feel comfortable. Nothing else. You can say skinny legs, say big nose. I'll never get that fixed because I'm happy in myself. Do you know what I mean? So
tell the truth. You know the problem with you, DG, right? You go and say you got on TikTok with the camera there. I'm going to go and help the homeless. Look at me. I need a medal. I'm amazing. You keep your gifts sort of on, so people gift you, and they gift you and gift you and gift you because you're helping the homeless. You got a camera in front of you. If you were a martyr, you wouldn't have the camera. You wouldn't do that on TikTok. You'd just go and do it.
Okay, there's 2 ways of looking at it, right? There's either influencer, yeah, as we do influence people, whether you say influencer or whatever.
Yeah, gifts off.
Yeah, listen to me for a second, yeah.
Okay.
So you can influence people into doing nicer things and thinking, you know what, that's actually decent. That like it's nice and people should do that. I know you're attention seeking because the truth, Zach, but just chill it for a second, yeah. And people will also take a leaf out of that book and think, yeah, I didn't say if I get this, I'm going to do this. I did that off my own back, right? Which I do more often than not, as I say, because I've been through the exact same thing where I've been homeless, eating out of soup kitchens, stuff like that, and it's food. You wouldn't be able to get that food if somebody didn't.
I understand that you can influence people into, helping the homeless and doing what you're doing. I get that, but you had your gifts on.
So
you wanted people to gift you while you were helping the misfortunate.
No, I get gifted either way. Like I sit in here and people are gifting me. People are gifting me now when I'm sat here. Like what? So those
gifts that you got, did that go to the homeless?
Turn it off.
Okay, so those gifts you got, did that go to the homeless?
What?
So the gifts that you got while you were helping the homeless, did that go to the homeless?
No, but listen, so I was never put in this position, yeah, to be able to give so much away, like, you know, certain stuff I've done. I'm not going to go through them all, but there's stuff I've done on the app that I've done out of my
okay, Sarah.
Whether you say my own pocket, the gifts have been gifted to me, right? I don't come on here spouting I'm going to do this for charity. I don't come on here spouting let me get up these and I'll do this for this. When I want to do it, I do it, and that's off my own back.
No, that's another form of manipulation. Yeah, when you're going out to help the misfortunate, the homeless, and you've got your gifts on, and people are sending you,
yeah, I'm all good. I'm just chilling.
For you to help the homeless, you know, that's another form of manipulation.
Right. Okay. So let's also go to this point, right?
You never gave those extra money.
What you're trying to say is you're basically saying, thank you, Flykiller, thank you, Chelsea. You're basically saying I'm a manipulator, but somebody also came on the app after crying and stuff like this and saying about after this whole stuff was said about her about a baby or something like this, and next minute shit number one, and you didn't turn your gifts off on the. You're getting paid off a touchy subject and a very triggering subject while you're sat there getting gifted up to the max.
Okay, CJ, can I explain that then? Right?
I
came live, right?
I'm sad. I've been through this. Please gift me. I'm here, and my gifts are on.
Right. So, are you talking about me? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's only one person.
Okay. Yeah. So can I explain? I came live and I said I'm not gonna. And I got many calls that day, right, about that video that EQ put out, right? Yeah, it did upset me a little bit. It did, but I've moved on from.
I bet you went to ours with £20 notes after it.
When we finish, yeah. When I went live and I said I said to people I'm not going to talk about that situation. Okay, I said, and I came on happy. I didn't come on crying or anything like that. Jojo, my friend, decided to give me a Union Gorilla. That was my friend that gifted me that. Okay. And that's how I got on the dailies. No one else got me on there but Jojo.
So nobody else gifted you?
No, I haven't finished. Let me finish. Then when I got onto the dailies, other people started to gift me. Not as big as what Jojo did, right? She gifted
I know, Sarah.
My friend.
No,
okay.
Levi's
and then other people started to gift me. And I did say to people, listen, and I said it. And I said, listen, it did affect me. It wasn't nice. It did upset me a little bit because people kept talking on it. Yeah?
Right,
okay?
so why
but then I also did say, listen, it's probably
what?
affected you more than it has me. Right, because it's something that
Angela,
I have moved on
how many thousands of pounds did you earn? And did you, how many thousands
Do I forgive EQ? Yes. Have I moved on from that? Yes. Yeah. And that's it. I didn't expect to get on the dailies. I didn't ask for gifts. I didn't come on.
No, but your gifts
why are they muting me?
Your gifts were on, was what I'm saying.
I haven't muted you.
You've just said exactly. You've just contradicted yourself. You said my gifts weren't on. Let me just mute him. He's attention seeking because it's all gone off him. It's not about you, Zach. Not everything's about you. We know you've got your mental health and stuff, but we'll come to that in a minute. The thing is, you just said there, I didn't want to be gifted. I didn't expect gifts. Well, why didn't you turn your gifts off in that very touchy sort of?
I came live to have to say, you know what? It's to do the FYP.
Gareth Gates just came out then while you're thinking of something.
no, DJ, I came live like normal to do the FYP.
Well, yeah,
FYP, and I said I'm not going to talk on it, but everyone else did, so I ended up talking on it. It did upset me. However, I did tell people many times I'm not going to. Wait a minute.
Clever girl.
I did tell people I'm not going to address it, and I also did say. Wait a minute. What I was going to say is No.
Clever girl, I like it. See you as I like it.
No, that's what I was going to say. DJ, I got into number one, and guess what happened then when I got to number one? I could have continued battling people to keep, because I then dropped from number one to number three. I could have continued battling to get back to number one. You know what I said to people? Guys, I'm not going to battle anymore.
I've earned £5 grand.
Wait a minute, I'm not going to battle anymore because I'm not going to get to, I don't want to get to number one based on that video. Based on what people are gifting me, because I see them gifting me.
Why did you say that why did you say that at five grand deep? Why didn't you say that after the first uni and go, you know what? I'm going to come up and turn the gifts off.
Listen, let me tell you, DG, because Jojo, my friend, had gifted me the most on here. She must have sent me about 1,000 quid. Maybe more.
Hey, but she was the only one who got you there, remember? What about the other 4? What about the other 9,000? Because don't forget TikTok takes it.
The difference is, though, DG, I'm not sat on live, on camera, wanting to help the homeless with my gifts on to send them a poxy 50 quid was what you sent. Was it 50 quid? I'm not sure. Was it 50? How much did you send?
Okay, Shal, don't worry, Shal.
Don't deflect. Come on.
No, I'm not doing that with my gifts on. You made more money from helping the homeless. And that's a form of manipulation, you know.
Whatever you say. Whatever you
No,
say.
that's a form of manipulation. You kept your gifts on. You
Exactly,
made more money
Camberwell.
helping the homeless. Did you put it towards that homeless? What you made that night? No, you didn't. There you go.
Did you? This is what I mean. It doesn't matter how I explain it to you. You still have that.
I'm all good.
Which
You made out you were a
can't
martyr,
say it.
Gigi. You're no martyr. On
you
TikTok
can't.
saying, "Hi guys, I'm gonna go and help the homeless. I'm gonna send them some money. I'm gonna keep my gifts on. Send all the unis to me. Hey." What do you want to make?
So this is what I mean. Like, so when you say manipulation, where does the manipulation stop then? Because as I say, your way was way. Anyone who comes on and sits there crying and this, and giving it and staying alive all day whilst upset, knowing that people are going to think, a gift will make you feel better. And then giving a crack of a smile and smiling, and then at the end of the day,
I told people, and I'll say again, it didn't probably affect me as much as it did other people. Was it upsetting? Yes.
So in a nutshell, what we're going to do is you got paid $5,000 on a situation of you, I don't know what happened, lost a child or whatever, or I don't know how, as I say, I don't really know. But you made £5,000 off a very triggering subject for everybody, but you benefited for being very sad about it online. Yeah?
I didn't come on crying. I didn't do any of that. Jojo, my friend, who's also my mod that I speak to off TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Off TikTok, got me onto number one.
Is it, I don't know again because I don't really watch.
Yeah, by 27 quid.
Dog charity. Something about a dog charity. What's going on with this?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know.
People were saying I did a dog charity, the dog meat market, which is my passion. And I did it through PayPal. And as you know, when you do it through PayPal, it goes to that charity. People are saying it wasn't. People got emails from the charity thanking them. They have no clue. I never kept no money. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah. Just a bit.
The food bank went to the food bank. I funded the food bank and donated on my card.
Okay. Well, if you say so. Listen, I'm not going to argue with you because, as I say, I don't watch. I can't actually comment. Just people saying it in the comments.
Yeah, people are just running with it. You know what I mean? I didn't donate to it. When you do a charity through PayPal, you have no choice because it goes to that charity. People got emails. What about rehab? Did you get paid to go to rehab and not go or something? No. Who paid me to go rehab? I don't know. As I say, like it's just people are just spamming me. I don't know. Do you know? As I say. Receipts. People showed the receipts. Quite a few people showed the receipts. It did go to the charity. Yeah. Yeah. You won't catch me out because I'm not like you. Yeah, I don't manipulate my viewers. You see it differently, don't you? I guess like sometimes people see things differently when you're on the inside. Thousands of people, as I say, who are watching, know the fact that you manipulated your whole. You know what? If you had done something like, I'm going to help the homeless, right, and put out and having a good old smile about it. Well, DJ, if you put up a PayPal where it goes straight to the charity or something like that, turned your gifts off and said, this is what I'm going to do, then maybe. But you didn't do any of that. I just feel that you manipulate your viewers into thinking that you're this person, that you want to help the misfortunate. Yeah? But yet you got your gifts on and you made more money than what you gave the homeless. Maybe as a person who doesn't... And that money, that money that you made should have gone to the homeless also. Okay, well, listen... quite clearly to this one. Maybe as a person who doesn't do anything for anybody else and only has their own interests at heart, maybe doesn't understand that sometimes people will do stuff for other people. But DG, if I'm going to help the charity, I'm not going to have a camera in my face. Let me finish now, obviously. Some people you don't see it like that because you've never done something off your own back and nice, and it doesn't matter how you look at it. You can look at it one way, that's fine. Yeah. I'll look at it my own way, and if I feel like I'm doing good, that's my own. Yeah. You know, the true martyrs, let me tell you, DG, the true martyrs in this world you'll never know about because they don't need a camera to do it. They don't need that recognition and that medal. They don't need to tell people what they're doing. They're the true martyrs. Again, you can look at it as two different ways. There's one of you saying what is a martyr? Well, whatever. You're saying I'm a martyr where I need recognition. No. I do it because I do social media, and why not encourage other people to do the same sort of thing? Because it's like anybody who does a charity on live.
not alive, or raises for a charity, or raises for. You sat there doing a dog fund.
Well, I did a PayPal. That was through PayPal. That was through PayPal. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm okay.
That wasn't. I made it very clear that any gifts. Wait one sec. I made it very clear that any gifts I get are going to me. I've made that very clear. The PayPal is going to the dog charity.
But you still did it.
I did a dog charity through PayPal.
Yeah, but you still did a charity.
I didn't. I made it clear that any gifts I get is going to me. I made that very clear.
It doesn't matter, does it? You still did a charity on live. You're not. So that means you're a martyr, then, doesn't it? Or whatever you said I am. I don't know the word, but that means you're exactly the same. So don't sit there and say one person, but you do a dog charity, and you're
I didn't make more money
Yes,
that
we're
day.
not
I didn't
treating
make
us
more
as
money
like
than what the charity did.
Well, you probably did the next day. You know,
No, I
it's.
don't know.
No, I didn't. Well, I can tell you, I didn't.
You're saying it's me, but you know, as I say, you're very all about what I do, and don't realise this thing that you're doing yourself. Like, you're a very strong manipulator yourself, because you know.
Oh, so you agree you're a manipulator?
What?
So you agree you're a manipulator?
No, I've not manipulated anyone, have I?
You just said to me just now that you're a manipulator yourself. So I assume you're saying that about yourself, then.
You know what assume does? Makes an ass out of you and me. No.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Okay.
Is he still sat down attention seeking? Hey, we got Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Drop Levi.
No, I didn't host a live for it. No. DG did.
What's your plans for the rest of the evening anyway?
Just chill out.
Chill out, yeah?
Mhm.
No.
Yours?
I'm going back.
Started asking about Fred. Who the hell's Fred?
Going back to just sort the rest of my stuff out and.
No, one sec. Everyone's asking about Fred. Who the hell is Fred?
Well, you know who Fred is. Fred's the guy who's probably changed part of my life. To be fair, you know.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know exactly.
Yeah,
Fred is, mate. You know exactly. Hey,
Just
we
come
got
to him.
Pearl.
I don't know
Pearl,
anything about Fred. That's
No, you
what I'm
fucking do, mate. Fred. Hey, everyone on the fucking app knows about Fred, mate.
I don't know about Fred.
Hey, well, Fred has put me to number one, and you know, Fred has, as I say, been probably Fred's. There's no words to describe Fred. He's changed my life, and he's been a fucking gentleman, and he's done fucking.
Yeah, he's a good person.
Yeah, a very good person. So I don't know why anyone would need to ask.
Well, people are asking.
Oh,
as to
ban
why you
Alex
blocked him.
Brigham. No thanks.
Pardon?
People are asking as to why you blocked him.
People asking to why I blocked him.
Yeah,
I haven't blocked him.
You don't care about Alex Brigham's
he
opinion.
hasn't blocked him, guys.
I haven't blocked him.
I'm just asking you. Everyone is saying that you blocked him.
Yeah, well, everyone in here is saying loads of stuff in it, but as I say, I asked you. And
He's not.
Yeah,
friends
that's who he is, yeah.
it was what?
People say you're not friends with him anymore.
Yeah, I'm still friends with him. How could I could never have a bad word to say about the man. Never would I say a bad word about Fred, ever. You'd never hear a bad word leave my mouth about Fred.
Yeah.
So how anyone else would know, I don't know. Because as I say, I'd still do. If Fred asked me to do something tomorrow, I'd do it.
Yeah. Is that because he got you to number one?
Is that what?
Because he got you to number one.
No. Prior to that, so Fred used to be a big gifter when I first started. Not a big gifter. He supported me a lot, and then disappeared for God knows how long. I still spoke to Fred even when he was no longer gifted. He said no longer gifted for up to a year. No longer gifted. Never sent a gift to anybody. Still spoke to him. Still checked up on him because I knew, because we spoke off the app and stuff. Still spoke on. Nobody else did because they thought he was done with gifting.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
not saying anything horrible.
mean
I
just
just that
because
you're all
somebody's not
spamming
speaking
Fred. I
about
don't know who Fred is.
Well, there you go.
Tackle
That's-
a willow
I don't know
tree.
about something.
Right. Okay.
Fred also, you know, I've met Fred in person a few times. Fred also turned up.
Fred isn't King K, is it?
No, Fred turned up to my fight to support me. Not just that doesn't mean money. He turned up to my fight to come down and meet a load of people from obviously my side. Turned up and fucking supported me when we went. Where else did we go? We met twice, three times. Yeah, so you know it's not just. Yeah, just you listen to the app. They'll tell you more than I know. Hey, Ruth, thank you very much, Ruth.
Right. Well, they're not saying anything nice over here.
What?
They're not saying you're saying that I need to listen to the app. They're not saying anything nice about you about Fred.
Well, people won't say anything nice about Fred because they're just gutted Fred hasn't changed their lives and done the thing he's done for me. So that's what a lot of people don't see. Like they see it from the other side and think, oh, he's a cunt because he's not doing that for me, or he's not doing that for someone I know, or for something like that. People are so jealous that they just say hate. They'll spread hate if I cured fucking world hunger because they'd say I did it for clout. So it doesn't really matter what I do. I'm not interested in their opinion. Never am I interested in anybody else's opinion. I'm only interested in my own life and my own people around me. That's it. That's enough. So I don't need to fucking take on anyone else's opinion because it doesn't affect me in any way, shape or form.
Yeah, you got to remember, I don't know all of this because I'm always live.
Yeah.
I really don't know who Fred is. Is that okay? Right.
No, I think he's still attention seeking.
Right. Every turn I take, every trip.
Yeah.
Right, Levi.
Yeah, what?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
So what are you doing for the rest of the night, DG?
I've said many a time, just going back home, do a bit of renovation on my house, fill the fish tanks up, put the stuff in, just finish off my room and stuff.
How much do you think you made on TikTok?
Probably over £1 million.
Really? That's amazing. No, I'm saying that's good.
Did you see his face drop? He was like, oh, have a fuck, mate.
No, I swear to God, if that's what you've made, big up to you.
No, I haven't made £1 million. Nowhere near have I made £1 million. But, you know, I've listen, it doesn't matter how much I've earned. I never ask anybody else how much they earn. People know how much I earn or I've earned or whatever. And it's like when people go, you bought your house through TikTok or Fred bought your house or whatever. No, the money was gifted to me and I chose to do something good for mine and my daughter's future. That's it. That's it as far as it goes. Like, do you know what I find absolutely crazy? Because I've saved the money I've been gifted and put it towards something good in my future, but then people won't complain about sitting there watching somebody piss it up the wall on drink and drugs, which is mad, because I would never go and give someone 50 quid knowing that it's just going to go straight on a marijuana. But do you know what I mean? If I knew they were going to do something good with it or something whatever, I'd probably more inclined. And I've never come on the app and been like, oh, I'm doing this.
But I mean, and that's amazing that you've got a house and everything. But you've got to remember that, you know, people do have addictions and they, you know, have addictions for whatever reason they, you know, have an addiction for. It's not easy. You know, some people like myself, I drink, as you know. And that's
then why would somebody fund your addiction if it's that bad? Why would somebody fund your addiction? If I had a gambling addiction, I wouldn't come live and expect people to fund my gambling addiction because I know I'm pissing their money up the wall on something shit. Whereas if I'm coming live, I do my own thing, I do whatever, and my money's gone towards something good. Why would somebody be inclined to gift you when they could go and fucking get pissed themselves? Why the fuck do they want to gift you?
But you could also say though, DJ, why would someone gift you to buy £1 million house when they're sitting in a council flat?
I haven't got £1 million house. I've got a 60 grand council house.
You know what I mean? Why would they give someone that's probably shopping in Harrods when they're shopping in bloody a pound store? You know what I mean?
Thank you, everyone, for that.
You know, people. You've got to remember though. People gift me, for example, because I may help, and this is not me blowing smoke.
Stop begging it. We know you're fucking short.
Just let me explain, please. People make me or
we're not battling. We're not battling just because your views are
fine, okay, we don't have to battle. Let me explain, please. People may gift me or Zach or whoever it may be, Levi, because we might help their loneliness. They don't get out of the house. They suffer mental health. They maybe suffer addictions. They may suffer what I suffer with, right? Which is, you know, anxiety or whatever it may be. They're not gifting me because they want to go buy me a bottle. They're gifting me because they see that they can maybe relate to me. Yeah?
I'm not letting Alex bring him into bully a woman.
Please
Just
don't
wants
take
to get to Angie, nothing.
They may think I'm entertaining. They may think that, you know,
Hey, Zach, are you begging a battle? Look. Zach sending battles out, trying to profit off the views.
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm chilling.
You've not seen views like it in ages, you beggy bastard. Go away. You're not having it. You're not having the battle. You're not having a payday because you fell off.
You were saying that you do the snow. So people
can say what they want. Listen,
Alex gets
you've also got if I was
weird.
addicted to snow, right, I wouldn't be live every day, working up at 7 in the morning, not bed till like fucking 11, working on my own house, getting up, functioning with my daughter every day, doing all these nice things, be able to save my money to do this. Usually people who have got a fucking addiction like that, mate, piss money up the wall doing this, that, and
the other. I just say something because you're not listening to me. Please listen. Let me just mute this. Can I just say, because you're not listening, DG, right? You know, people have addictions, right, for many reasons, and it could be
Big up, Jax.
their mental health, right? It could be, you know, like myself, I suffer with mental health, right? So I get real bad lows, okay, and I don't take medication, so I drink to get that to lift myself up, yeah.
I know, bless us.
Whether you think I've got an addiction or not, yeah, but I feel you're mocking it. Why? You know, people unalive due to addictions, and it's nothing to mock.
No, I never said. And see, I didn't say, ha ha ha, I said.
No, but I just feel like you've just been a little bit.
Yeah, well, let me explain that situation. I'm a little bit not just falling into your trap of, I've got an addiction, and I blame everything on that. No, I'm not. I'm not. What I'm saying is, why would people want to fund them, like the money getting spent on drug and drink? I just don't understand that.
Listen, my view is
each to their own. You can twist what you want and say,
okay, DG.
I don't have sympathy.
Yeah, can I explain, please? Can I please explain so you can just button it for a second, please? People are not gifting me because they want me to go and buy a bottle. They're not gifting me for that. They can relate to me, right? I suffer with mental health, so I sometimes drink because I have really terrible lows, right? And I'm not doing this for sympathy. I'm just explaining it to you, right? So it lifts me up because I get real bad depression, anxiety, okay? And I'm not doing this for sympathy in case people want to twist this around, okay? I just don't feel it's something to mock. They're not gifting me to go and buy a bottle. They're gifting me because they like whether they find me entertaining, where they can relate to me. They're lonely. They can't get out of the house. They love watching me. I'm on all the time also.
Alcohol is a depressant, don't you?
Time into TikTok as well. So people like watching me for different reasons, not because of they feel she has an addiction, she's going to buy a bottle, but they can relate to. You know, I've had many lows, I've many highs, sadness, happiness, all of it. You know, I'm on TikTok all the time. You're thinking they're gifting me to go and buy a bottle. They're not.
You do realise alcohol is a depressant, yeah?
I know, and people know that, but you've got to remember, DG. I know that. Everybody knows that, but you've got to remember, I don't take medication, right? So
these people who are supporting you are clearly not your friends or your people who are supporting you because they're supporting your addiction. Is what I'm saying. I am listening.
You're not.
They're not. If I had an addiction, right, I'd expect the people by my side to not support me because they wouldn't want to put me worse into that.
But they're supporting
your addiction.
DG, they're supporting me because they find me either entertaining. They can't get out of the house. They suffer with what I do, mental health, depression, anxiety, whatever it may be. They can relate. Some people
I know everyone in 2025.
Some people gift me because they do have addictions. Some people gift me for whatever reason it may be. You've got to remember when I drink because my lows are very low, at times, right? So I started to drink. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not. But people aren't gifting me for that reason. They're gifting me, this is my job. I still need to pay my mum bills. I still need to buy food. You know, I would love to buy a little lodge. I would love to buy those things. You know, that's what people are hopefully gifting me for.
Well, for the purpose, not for the entertainment then, is it?
What do you mean?
You just said it's your job. You're gifted for, I still need to pay my bills, still need to do this, still need to do that, and I'd love to buy a little lodge. That's what hopefully people are gifting me for. So what you're saying is you're hoping someone will gift you to buy a lodge and pay your mum bills and that. They're not gifting for entertainment anymore, then, are they?
Well, they are, but they're not gifting me because I want to buy a lodge. They're not gifting me so I go and buy a bottle. They're gifting me because they like me.
How long do you think it'll take?
I hope they like me, that they gift me for. You know, is there a problem with that?
How long do you think it'll take for people to gift you so you can buy a lodge?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But you know, you've got a house while people are living in a council flat. You know, there's people that are living in a council flat, probably living in a right dump. No, listen, I'm not insulting the council.
Listen,
I live there myself.
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Wait a minute, that's what I'm saying. I lived in the council myself for 4 years, but some people may be living in a dump that's gifted you to buy a £500,000 house.
Where do people get these statistics from? £500,000? CLA said it's a 60 grand council house. You're saying £500,000. Like, where? Can someone tell me? Because I've never.
Oh, you know what, DG? You're mocking addictions, and it's not that straightforward.
I'm not mocking addiction, did I? When did I mock? When did I mock addiction?
You are.
Why? Why was
saying, why are people gifting me? Let me tell you why people gift me, DG. I spend a lot of time on TikTok. Yeah, that's my time on TikTok. You know, and people say I help people, yeah, that suffer mental health, that go through what I go through, number one, that can't get out of the house, that feel that loneliness, that feel all of that I help. I get many messages saying, forget me drinking, right? But I get messages of people saying to me that I help them. I help their, you know, what I just said, the loneliness or whatever, they can't get out the house or whatever it may be, that I help them.
So you think...
And that's what they're gifting me for, DG. Not for me to go get a bowl.
Yeah, so you think that... Oh, it's gone out my head now. I had a very good point there to make. Gone out my head. Backtrack on what you just said. What did you say?
I was just saying, people help me for not reasons.
Oh yeah, you said they're in depression. You said people are going through the same thing. They're in depression. They're doing this.
I'm just saying maybe.
Do you think watching you every day is getting them out of depression? Because watching triggering subjects like the whole baby thing, like the stuff that you say about grape and like the stuff you say about things, do you think that's helping somebody with depression out of depression?
Right. Let me tell you,
the way I look at it as, if I was depressed, mate, the last thing I'd be wanting to do is watching depressing things, because I'd rather watch something that's, you know, either a bit more light, a bit more like...
okay, can I reply to that?
You sat in a box room in your mum's fucking basement showing depressing
stuff. Can I reply?
That's all it is. You know what I mean? You're not bringing your people up. You're not giving them anything to say, right, you know, you could do this, or, you know, do this or whatever. You don't leave your room. There's no like light entertainment. There's no nothing. It's just, let's sit here and all be depressed in one room together. You know, you're never going to escape that depression because you're watching me and I'm further depressing you. That's how I see it.
Hi to you, please.
Okay, go on.
Right, you know what doesn't help me is watching someone that has everything in their life. That does not help me my depression, right? Because it's that thing is like, oh God, I wish I had that, you know, and I can't get there because of my depression.
I don't.
Hear me out. Yeah, please. People relate.
Money's the root of evil.
They can relate to me, right? They can't relate to you. They cannot relate to you because you don't suffer what I suffer with. And that's, you know, anxiety, depression, all that. You don't have that. So some people like to feel like...
How do you know?
1 sec, I'm not
finished. You know I don't have that?
You're over-talking me.
Don't say I don't have that.
You're over-talking me.
Just because I don't use it for gifts doesn't mean I don't have it.
Wait a minute. People are thinking in their head, right, I'm not alone. I'm in the same boat as this woman because that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, this woman, she sits in her room, she suffers from anxiety, whatever she may suffer from. I relate to her because that's me. That's exactly me. They don't want to sit and watch you, sit in your £1 million house, right? They don't want to see that. Yeah? Why? How are you helping them?
I've got them all on the string.
Wait, I'm going to mute you.
You've got them all on the string.
Helping? Yeah? How was he helping you? Him sitting in his £1 million house telling you all how much he's got, how much he's spent his money on. He's got this. He's got that. That's not helping you. You want to relate to someone. Yeah? Okay. People can relate to me and say, you know what? This is how I feel sometimes. I feel exactly like this woman. I don't feel alone. I'm not alone.
Let me be like her.
This woman's going through what I'm going through.
Let me be like her and keep doing it.
Is what people feel.
Surround yourself with good people and you'll become a good person and a better person. Surround yourself with arseholes and people who depress you, you will stay depressed. That is a fact. Who you surround yourself with, that is a fact.
Yeah, so depression, you can just switch off. No, you cannot just switch depression off, did you?
No, I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is you can be helped in depression, but if you're around these people who are just depressed,
I'd rather not, Marie.
And you're feeling shit, you're going to stay feeling shit.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, so let's all go watch DG so he can tell you how much he's got in his life, how amazing his life is.
No, this is what I'm saying, two different people.
Is that going to help you, having him tell you how much he's got in his life, how amazing his life is when you're sitting there feeling shit about your life? No, it's not. You can actually relate to someone, yeah? I'm not saying my life is shit, don't get me wrong, but you can relate to someone and say, this is how I feel sometimes.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, but it's two different people. It's like, because you've chose to spend your money on shit and not save it and spend it on shit, how are people then, because, they're looking at me and thinking, what I've spent good, what I've spent my money on is good.
It's amazing what you've done.
They can't relate to me because I've spent on good. That should teach people that you can save money and do good things with your money. What you're teaching them is, let's just get anotother bottle in and get pissed and feel depressed again.
Can I just say,
how does that make any sense?
One sec,
I'm okay, Keith,
you've done amazing. One sec. I think you've done amazing. I really do think you've done amazing.
I don't care what you think. I've told you I don't care what you think. It makes no sense, mate. It's like going around in circles. The woman doesn't understand. There's two different ways of looking at it. Let me stay depressed and watch something depressing every night. If you watch a sad movie every night, you're gonna feel sad and you're gonna feel shit and you're gonna feel upset and you're gonna trigger things because you're upset about a certain way. Bro, honestly, Piano Man, thank you, bro. You don't have to do that, man. Thank you. Big up Piano Man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Ruth. That's my way of looking at things. I have been, when someone says you can't get out of depression, no, you're right, you can't get out of depression, but you can definitely better yourself to make yourself happier by surrounding yourself with better people who will bring you up with them, and also surrounding yourself with people who laugh, enjoy themselves, do good things, do fucking better things, and go out and, why would I want to, if I was feeling depressed and shit and feel like fucking arse every day, why would I then want to go and watch somebody who's depressed and is going to further depress me and make me feel more depressed and put me deeper into depression? It makes no sense. And gift that person to feed their, I'm not mocking an addiction. I never once mocked addiction. Feed that addiction. Why it makes no sense. You're trying to, so you're relating to them, but you're feeding their addiction. It's madness. It's crazy. Hey, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everybody. Honestly, I appreciate it. I shouldn't have my gifts on here because we've been talking about that. They were sat there. They must have requested to battle me about 8 times because they saw the viewers were up and they were fucking buzzing like, let's get some gifts in now. You're not having it. So, it is what it is. People see things differently. People have a different point of opinion. Thank you, Hannah. People have a different opinion, a different point of view. That's people's opinion at the end of the day, innit? It is what it is. She doesn't agree with me, I don't agree with her. But I know what I'd much rather do with my money that I've been gifted than I would, and maybe give people a laugh. I'm not funny. I'm not always funny. Sometimes I'm not even funny. But if some people have a laugh or have a little smile, then it's definitely making them forget about the shit that they've probably got going on. Whereas in that, you sit there all day watching that, mate, you're going to consistently think about the shit that you're going through. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that way. Yeah, I'm feeling that way. I'm feeling shit. Yeah, I relate to that. I've been through that. You're just consistently going through what you're going through, watching somebody else go through it. Do you know what I mean? And people who come on and like cry and they're like this, and they're always crying and they're always stuff like this, mate. They're crying because they want you to gift them because they feel upset, and a gift will make them happy. If I'm upset, I've always ended my life because if something, I'm not fucking hell. I've been on this app for 3 years. I've probably been upset 3 or 4 times. Every single time I've ended my life, not because I'm ashamed, because what I don't want to do is be gifted for something, be gifted for being upset. I want to be gifted for me, and because you've wanted to gift me, not because I'm feeling shit and you think, I'll send him a gift and cheer him up, because a gift won't cheer me up. If I'm feeling shit, a gift ain't going to cheer me up. Crazy scenes. If you can chat, we've got 3.5 in here. If you can send me a heart, me. If not, don't worry about it, just chill. Now she doesn't get to me, that's what I mean. No, and people say I'm arrogant or I'm whatever. Sometimes maybe I've watched back sometimes and I thought, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have said that or I shouldn't have said that. And I've learned and I've tried to learn and I'm learning or whatever. No one's perfect. I just look at things, I shake things off, and sometimes that might come across as arrogant because I try not to let things affect me in any way. I don't let anybody affect me because I think, why am I letting somebody like that affect me? Because they mean that when I turn this app off, they mean nothing to me in life. Do you know what I mean? I just laugh it. I laugh it off. I come off, mate. I switch the app off. Sound. It's in a bit. It doesn't bother me. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Casey. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. I don't come off and cry. I don't come on and cry. I don't, you know, it is what it is. Popular number one. Hey, thank you everyone for the heart me's. Appreciate it. So yeah, that's what it is anyway. So tis what it is. Tis what it is, man. You know, I want people to gift me so I can get a lodge and so I can, you know, pay my mum's bills and pay my mum rent. Hang on a minute. She said pay my... Hey, thank you, Tanya. She said pay my mum rent. Hang on a minute. She said pay my mum rent. She's always stipulated that she's in a fucking half owner of that house. Hang on a minute. No, hey, excuse me. What the fuck? Isn't that mad? I want people to gift me. I want people to gift me so I can pay me mum rent.
Are we going to the £1 million house?
It's 1.4 million. She kept saying 1 minute it was £1 million house, then 400k house. I've never told anyone how much it is, and it's nowhere fucking near that. I wish it was, or I wouldn't have neighbours.
She's right there, isn't she?
It's fucking crazy, lad. Catch you in a bit, bro. Mental.